Hello everyone, and welcome to another new edition of Colwick area test routes for Nirvana driving school. Today we'll be carrying out a mixture of meeting situations and also following road signs to specific destinations. Before I go on, if you could kindly hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel, I'll be most grateful. Thank you. So on with the video. First of all, we'll be getting straight into it. So currently we're in Sainsbury's car park, just near the test centre, and we're going to move off now. So I'm going to prepare the car. So setting the gas and the clutch, checking around me, 6-point check. I'm going to put the indicator on to the left, handbrake slowly down, looking left and right as I come out of my bay and come out into the road. I'm going to go to the end of the road and turn right, so mirrors signal, looking left and right and making sure no one's coming. Then I'm coming out into the service road and checking behind me as I do. I'm going to go around the corner all the way up to the roundabout. There we go, nice and slow for this hump here. It's quite a mean one this, so we have to go right down to zero practically as we roll over the hump, and over we go. I see a zebra crossing, people approaching zebra crossing, but they're not at it as yet, so I'll keep going, knowing that they'll be able to cross safely at another point. We're coming up to the roundabout now, and I'm going to the second exit at the roundabout. So I'm going to check behind me. I'm going to check to the right repeatedly as I control my steering and keep to the left. Because I'm going to second exit, I need to stay all the way left. I'm going to check my mirrors and signal down for left, then everyone knows I'm leaving the roundabout at the second exit. I'm going to check behind me in the new road. We call it new road, new mirrors. I'm going to third gear and I'm going to turn right. So check the mirrors, signal up for right. Some boys on bikes, or men on bikes, and I'm going to be turning right into private road 1 as it's called. I'm going to check all 3 mirrors in the new road once again. I'm going to go around the hazards in the new road, going up to the traffic lights and going to be going straight on at the traffic lights. It says a 40 mile an hour speed limit, but that's for the road going left and right, the Colwick Road, Colwick Loop Road. Going to go to first gear, slow right down for the car in front to have time to move off. And we're crossing the junction. You'll see that the lights started to change back to red as I was crossing, but because it's a secondary light, we don't stop on that light. We continue out of the junction to clear it safely. Never stop on the secondary light at a traffic light controlled junction. So I'm going to turn left now. I'm going to check my main mirror, my left mirror, signal left, and I'm analysing the road like I've never seen it before, and I'm looking and seeing it's very narrow. There's parked cars on both sides potentially. I'm going to go around the first 2 cars, and there's a very blind corner coming up, a very blind, very sharp. So I'm going to check my mirrors and look at that. Car comes right round, slightly on my side of the road. I've slowed right down because I can't see very well and there's not much space. And I'm going to peep and creep round parked cars. I'm just going to pause here because I see some traffic coming towards me, and I'm going to need their side of the road because of these parked cars. So I'm just going to wait here. This is what anticipation is all about, where you just see the trouble before it arrives. So you are never surprised by things if you plan your journey and plan your way around hazards. Checking all my mirrors now. There's nothing coming, so out I come. I see a car in the distance, but I also see some spaces on the left that I could pull into as that car gets closer, and we should be able to pass each other without me even having to stop. I'm going to check my mirrors and then go to the left. I'm off the gas, I'm going to check my mirrors again and come back out. There is another car coming, but I'm going to keep going. Check my mirrors, and we're just going to kindly go round. And because I was on the other side of the road, he had to slow down for me. I'm just going to get around this blue car. Okay. And we'll check our mirrors as we go round. And looking ahead, planning ahead. just going to check my mirrors and slow down for this one. And then mirrors and go again. And it's like that where sometimes there's so many parked cars, you're in and out like a yo-yo and you're just going slow. That's why we're going as slow as we can. I see another car coming around, so I'm just going to pause by this bend here. And then check my mirrors and go around as I lean and look to see if there is any more. It's a 30-mile-an-hour road, but you just cannot do 30 along here. You just have to keep it nice and slow. The road is starting to widen out a little. And checking all three mirrors. And off we go. So now we can go a bit faster at 25 miles an hour. I'm going to go over the white line. Because the parked cars on the left, there's nothing coming. There's a bus lane on the left. We're not going to use that, it's very short, so I won't bother to use the bus lane for lane discipline. Plus I'm also turning right at the traffic lights. I'm going to check my mirrors, signal up for right, go into second gear to slow the car down while keeping the clutch up, and then clutch goes back down at the line. And reset to first gear, and then we'll just watch the lights to the right to see when they're going to change. So they're currently green for traffic going left and right. Checking behind me, there's a couple of cars behind me. No bikes so far, and we're just reading the traffic lights at the moment. They are still currently green for traffic going left and right. So I've gone into handbrake neutral mode. So I've secured the car and I'm just waiting. Gives me a chance to look around, but also rest my legs, rest my feet. Driving can be tiring, so it's good to take a rest at the traffic lights if you can. The lights are changing, gas on, clutch up, and off we go. I've prepared the car, I've checked my mirrors, and I'm going off into the new road. There's 2 lanes in this road, so just going to go to the left. They immediately merge. Check behind me for any overtakers, and then I'm proceeding up to and close to the speed limit. If you look in the distance, speed limit's changing to 40. So just keeping at 30 until we get to the 40 sign. And then we can speed up. So there's an electric car coming up on my left, I see him. So just my speed steady and keeping my position steady, importantly. Get to now going to 5th gear, so I'm going to go off the gas, move over into 5th gear, just with the shove of the gear lever to the right and up. Obviously that will vary depending on the car you're driving, but 5th gear is usually in the top right hand corner. So we're at 40 miles an hour. Just looking ahead, looking behind. Traffic lights up ahead, that's a pedestrian crossing. Checking behind me as I approach those traffic lights because it is a hazard. And just beyond there, there is a roundabout, racecourse roundabout. I'm going to go into left-hand lane for lane discipline because the bus lane's ending. Checking my mirrors for electric cars and buses, and then mirror signal and cancel the signal. I get into 3rd gear and slow the car down to 2nd gear, just checking no one's coming around, not close enough to me. And keeping well left, and for my exit, and then mirrors signal position to the right for the bus lane that restarts. I'm going to go into 4th gear now. Still a 40-mile-an-hour road. Got many cars ahead of me, between me and the roundabout. We're going to start following signs now, following signs for the city centre, A612. So that's straight ahead at the roundabout ahead. Got an electric car coming up in my mirrors. I'm going to move left after he goes. So mirrors, signal, position, and round we go into the left hand lane. And I'm looking at this roundabout to see if I can go. Yep, it's all clear. Mirrors, signal down for the left. Looking at the signs ahead. So the sign says right hand lane for city centre. So I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to signal up for right to see if white car's going to let me in. No, he's going to pass me. That's fine. I'll keep my position till he passes. Then over I go. And then I've got two signs telling me where a city centre is. And it's these two lanes to the right. So I'm going to slow down. Mirrors are slow. Second gear. And here we go. Okay. And we're in neutral. We're just waiting for the lights to change. We're going right to this roundabout. Now with multi-lane roundabouts, it's important to pick the lane before you start, because that lane will be the lane you finish in when you come off the roundabouts. So the road markings are not very good, but we can trace our way around the roundabout using what lines we've got, and also curb features or islands. So what I mean by that is there's going to be an island coming up on the left that I can kind of align myself with, because I know this lane kind of goes up against it. Okay, so that's my first port of call, and then I'm going to go across now to the outside of the roundabout, because that's where my lane goes. It goes to the outside. Multi-lane roundabouts can also be called spiral roundabouts as well as we leave. Checking all three mirrors, still following city centre, A612. There's another sign coming up saying just that, along with Mansfield A60. So red light ahead, checking ahead, checking behind, changing down the gears, staying on the brake, stopping very gently, and leaving a car next to the car in front. I'm going to secure the car, going to go into neutral for a second. Gives me a time to look around. There's 3 lanes in total in this part of the road. One lane will be dropping away for the right turn at the traffic lights, and then we'll be left with 2 lanes. I look further ahead, I spot the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. I've also spotted some football shirts, so you know what that means. There's going to be a game on today, and that's a hazard worth knowing. It means there's going to be more pedestrians about, so I'm going to have to be even more careful looking out for people crossing the road at places that are not necessarily crossings. So they'll be crossing everywhere. All right, we're now following signs for the M1 motorway. So I'm looking for a sign that has a little blue plate, they call it plates, saying the M1. So here we go. Looking ahead, we see M1 is to the left at the traffic lights. Meanwhile, I'm just keeping slow. Even though I'm following signs, I'm also following MSPSL. So my road routine means I keep safe, even though I'm also following signs, which is an additional demand on the senses. But it's more important to be safe and legal than necessarily to be going the right way all the time. Okay? Obviously, it's important to be able to do the two, and that's where planning and anticipation comes in. So if we can, if we're able to look ahead, plan ahead for the signs, and also plan for our hazards, then we'll be in a good place. And you can prioritize which one is more important. So obviously, if traffic is coming up to you faster than the sign in the distance, then it's probably more important to pay attention to what's directly in front of you, and then keep in mind, the back of your mind, that you're going to be reading the sign when it gets a bit closer. Now I'm keeping in mind that I am turning left at these traffic lights, so I'm going to prepare my car. I'm going to look in my mirrors, I'm going to put my handbrake down and keep the gas steady, the clutch low as I move off, and give the car in front time to move off as well. I'm going to be turning left, so I'm going to check the main mirror, left mirror, signal. Quite a sharp curb here, so I'm going to make sure I clear and steer. So clear the curb and then I steer. Now ahead you've got 2 lanes. I'm looking at the sign ahead, it says to the left. The 2 lanes are all going left, and there's a blue sign as well saying it's left, so I guess we're going left. It's a one-way system we're going onto, that's why you've got all these left arrows. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to take the second lane from the right on this one-way system, and that will line me up for where I intend to go next. I'm following signs for M1 South now, not M1 North as it says on the green sign here. It's got 2 ways we can go, north or south. We're going to the south and into second gear, and we'll stay in this lane until we find our right turn, because that's why we're to the right. because at some point we will be turning right. Then we can revert back to the left for lane discipline once we've taken our right turn. So this is BBC Roundabout. I'm looking around to see if there are any bikes behind me. We're in the city now, so we'll have more hazards. We talked about football fans being about as well, so we're looking out for them. We'll be ending up near Nottingham Station, so we'll see if we'll get more people around there. Now I'm looking at the traffic ahead. There's quite a queue in this lane, so I'm off the gas. I'm in second gear. I'm coming up to a crossing. I want to keep that clear, so I'm just going to stop at the line here and wait. I'm going to put the handbrake up. I'm going to check around, and then mirrors, and go, and then into second gear. So it's going to be a bit stop-start here. I'm looking up the hill. I'm seeing there's lots of cars, and I expect there's going to be a few lane divers as well, people diving into my lane. Did you see that just now? I saw that happening. As I saw him at the corner of my eye, he was looking very like he was going to change into my lane. So I was just slow, no surprises, and I expect there'll be more divers as well. Okay, and this will come with experience, but if we can also plan for it and use a bit of imagination, think, well, what else could happen to me in my lane? What could happen? What could people do to me as I'm driving in my lane? I could get a cyclist, I could get someone changing lanes in front of me, I could get some football fans crossing the road in front of me. Anything can happen, and so it's about keeping our eyes and ears open, looking forward, looking backwards, looking to the side as well. Always stay alert. It's easy to drift off into, daydreaming when we're sat still sometimes or going very slow. Our brain wants to do other things, seeing as it's being kept idle with not much driving when we're waiting in the queue, but it's good to keep alert. Okay, so check our mirrors. I'm going to go slowly forward, seeing if anyone's going to dive in front of me to fill the space between me and the car in front. No, not yet, but it will happen again. I'm almost sure of it. So we're going to put the handbrake up. We're going to go into neutral again. As I said, it's going to be a lot of stop-start here. It tends to be quite busy along this road near the station. So, and it's Nottingham train station I'm talking about. So gas and clutch, and off we go again now. I'm looking ahead to make sure that traffic keeps moving, because this junction here is quite wide. It's wider than it looks, and I want to make sure I clear that, the crossing and the cycle lanes that go across that junction. Traffic was moving nicely, so no problem. So I'm just going to gently brake now. And brake up. So we're waiting, we're looking, we're planning, we're scanning. Just looking around, looking on mirrors. So lights ahead are green on the left, so traffic to the left will keep going, whereas our lights are red and our lights are going right. So remember what we said about staying right until we've turned right. So that's about to happen now. So I'm going to check my mirrors. There are actually two lanes coming up on this side. I'm going to keep in the left-hand lane of the two, and that's for lane discipline. And we'll be in second gear now for this corner. Should get through the lights. I'm on the brake, and this car in front of me is a bit slow, so I'm just going to stay on the brake a bit and build a bit of distance between him and me. Looking behind me, there's no one behind me really. I'm just going to keep this distance. I'm looking up the road. There's again quite a queue, more football fans. Looks like Forest is at home, for those of you who are football fans or Forest fans. On the lookout for some pedestrians. I'm in second gear at the moment. I don't particularly want to go much faster than this unless I've got more space and vision. I'm going to go into third gear. I see a red car on the right waiting to come out, and it looks like traffic is slowing again a bit. Lights are green. They've been green a long time, so I expect they will change. There they go, they're changing. So mirrors and slow, second gear, gently braking, clutch down and stopping. For lane discipline, we are on the left. Going to be following signs for Meadows area very shortly around the corner. And again, we're just looking around. Driving, you could say, gets very repetitive, but that's a good thing because it means we get in the habit of using MSPSL. You can probably hear the siren in the background. Here's the ambulance. So when the ambulance is coming up behind you at a traffic light, always stay still, even if the light is green, until the ambulance has passed safely, and then get on your way. So here we go, we're going to be following Meadows area, and you'll see a tiny little sign on the left saying just that. We're going to turn left because that's where it's pointing. So main mirror, left mirror, signal off the gas, gently brake, clutch down, second gear, and turning. New road, new speed limit, new hazards. It's 20-mile-an-hour road now. I'm staying off the gas. It's quite a short road. We're going to be following signs for all routes now. I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to signal right because all routes is to the right. I'll put the clutch down and just rolling gently back into first gear, keeping quite slow, trying my best to keep the traffic island clear. Lots of people about, lots of pedestrians walking to the stadium, checking left and right, and off we go, coming out very carefully. At the traffic lights, we're going to go straight on because I've seen no signs saying otherwise. It's now 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. You can just see the speed limit sign there on the left for 30, and into second gear. I'm going to keep slow. People are crossing the road ahead, so I'm just going to stay slow. I may have to stop if someone decides to cross in front of me. I'm very slow, 10 miles an hour, and then we'll speed up because there's less hazards now. I'm going to go into third gear now. I'm looking at the crossing. Someone's near the crossing. Are they going to turn and cross? I'm off the gas, looking at them. 3, 2, 1. No, they're not interested in crossing, so mirrors and go. We're up to 30 miles per hour. Coming up to a bend. It's a gentle bend though. It's not one that is particularly sharp. So I'm still at 20 miles an hour at this bend. All right, this is not a sharp bend, like I say. It's more like a 1 o'clock bend. A 3 o'clock bend would be a sharper bend where the road really tightens as you go around it. So here we are now. I see someone in the bus lane ahead with a scooter, so they may well cross the road. So I'm off the gas. I've checked behind me, and I'm watching Scooter Man. He's looked behind him, which means he's got to cross the road, and he has crossed the road. I'm going to turn left though. Mirrors, signal, off the gas, gently brake, changing down the gears from fourth to third to second, checking the bus lane because I was alongside a bus lane, so a bus could have been in there. Now we've got a left only turn here, no right turn. I'm going to go straight into the right hand lane, and we'll be picking up signs for Southwell shortly. I'm going to check my mirrors, and I know Southwell is to the right, or the right turn is coming up now at the traffic lights. Mirror signal. I can cancel the signal once I'm to the right for the right only lane. Gently brake, go to second gear as I slow down, and just coming up calmly to the back of traffic. Looks quite busy to the right, so this could be a bit of a wait. So it means that when we get to the junction, we might not be able to turn because there's a queue of traffic to the right. So we'll just wait and see how this transpires. But key thing is, never block the junction if your exit isn't clear. That is key. Yeah, so here, because there's a queue to the right, as and when I get to the light, I'm going to stop at the line and wait to see that it's clear, even though it might be clear from ahead with opposing traffic. If my exit's not clear, then I don't turn, because all that's going to happen is I'm going to get stuck and block traffic. Okay, so mirrors and go. The lights are changing. I'm just going to crawl up to the lights. This will take a bit of time. So we're just going to see how it all shakes out. Nottingham is both a football town and a uni town, so it's got lots going on in Nottingham. 2 football teams and 2 universities. So Nottingham Forest, and you've got Notts County, which we're closer to at the moment, just around the corner from Notts County. One of the oldest teams in the world, football teams in the world, Notts County. So the lights are once again green, and once again there's a bit of a queue. So we're assessing when we can go. And this is all about timing. So you want to see if traffic is moving slightly as you look right. So you want to see if it's moving. You want to judge whether or not you'll be able to fit once the light is green for you. There will be a green arrow, or there should be a green arrow that comes on. I couldn't see from where I was as to whether or not that light was on, but even so, traffic in front of me couldn't turn because they would have blocked the junction. So again, we're just waiting, we're looking around. All right, light is now green again. And we're just waiting again. So it looks like traffic to the right has stopped again. So we're just going to wait here. I can just about look through the back of the car in front to see if the filter light's going to come on. Not that that's going to make much difference, but I just want to see if the filter light is working. Sometimes it doesn't work. Alright, so van in front's taking a bit of a chance crossing the junction. I'm going to stay in the line. So traffic is moving, and we want to kind of time it so that when they're moving, I'm moving, or I'm moving when they're moving. Alright, so yeah, it doesn't look like the filter light's working. So we're just going to get an amber light when the lights are going back to red. So lights are still red. I'm glancing at the light. Can't quite see the one in front. The light's just going to green now. And we're just going to wait at the line again. Okay, now traffic is edging forwards on the right. So again, it's all about timing and seeing if we can go. Now we haven't got a filter light, so this might be tricky. Alright, so we're going to try and go. Stop just short of the junction just in case. the light goes amber, that's probably when I'm going to go, as long as traffic is moving. So we really are relying on time here. Oh, we've got a filter light, so that's good. Just need that traffic to move now. No, filter light didn't stay on for long, so we have to stay here. So I've gone over the line, but we're still clear of the junction. We're just waiting for our gap. So if that filter light can come on again, then hopefully that should stop traffic long enough for me to edge round into that road. Okay, so the light is green again. So ideally, we want that filter light to come on now because the traffic is moving. Just judging when we can do this. Plus you've got people crossing the road as well. We mustn't forget that. It's all about staying safe. It's all about staying legal. Okay, so traffic is starting to move. So let's see if we can get that filter light on. Stopped again. Okay, it's edging round, it's edging round. Filter light would be nice right about now. Come on, the filter light. So the filter light is there, but traffic's not moving. So we just have to stay where we are. It's unfortunate, but this is what can happen at junctions. All that would have happened is that we would have blocked the junction. You see two pedestrians are waiting in the middle of the road as well. So we would have put them in danger by turning. So we'll try again. It's now been about 10 minutes waiting at this junction. And so what we want to do is just keep on waiting, being patient. You can probably hear people pipping me from behind because what they would do, what someone else would do, is just cut in across the junction, which you're not supposed to do because you're blocking traffic from the left. So you just have to wait. Alright, so the traffic is starting to move. Alright, so hopefully we get a filter light now. Can we get a filter light now? It would be really good to get a filter light right now. Oh, filter light. Hello. We're going. We're going. Made it. And we're just edging forwards, watching for pedestrians. Just about squeezed in there. About that, that's quite a wait, and that's what happens when we've got football in town or a game in town. The roads slow down dramatically, as do the junctions. But now that we're on this road, we'll be moving slowly but surely round the corner. Well, this traffic is cars or football people waiting or looking for parking, looking for designated parking. again, it's a lot of stop and start, and a lot of things will be happening where people will probably be crossing in the wrong places, like I said, or overtaking and going around you on the wrong side of the road, just trying to get to where they want to get to so that they can watch the game. Maybe they're not even watching the game, like me, got nothing to do with it. We're just stuck in the traffic, and there'll be desperate motorists out there trying to get to where they need to get to. But at the same time, it's about looking at keeping the roads safe. So we do our best to exercise patience. Patience is a big quality as a driver, where, you know, sometimes you just have to wait so that you stay safe and everybody else stays safe. There's a bit of a queue to the left, I think, from what I can tell on the bend, but we can't overtake on the bend, and you can probably guess why, because we'll be going round the corner blind into the face of oncoming traffic, and that wouldn't be a good result if someone else is coming around at the same time. So we just have to wait for cars that are going to the left. There'll be cars looking for parking, so we'll just take our time and wait. We'll look around us. Now, cars are overtaking on the wrong side of the road, near a bend, and I'm not going to do that because, like I said, it's dangerous. So we're just going to wait. Car in front is considering doing it. That's up to them. We're going to wait, because that could be a truck coming around, and if a truck is coming around at speed, well, look, we got a motorhome coming around. Okay, that could have been a bit hairy if that black car had gone round a little later, or that motorhome had come round a little earlier. So always better to wait and exercise the P word, patience. If we had more patience on the streets, we'd have less accidents. That is a fact. So we'll just check our mirrors and just try and stay alert. Okay, so traffic is slowly clearing. We're near the corner now, can see around the corner, but I want to get more vision. I can see now better. This is good. So now the road is clear ahead. I'm checking silver car on the left. It looks like we've got a green light, so to speak, and we're checking our mirrors. We're going to speed up a little to go on the other side of the road. We're into third gear now. Haven't seen third gear in a while. As we go towards the bend, we're following signs for Southwell. You can probably see the sign for Southwell ahead, A612. It's pointing to the left. We're braking gently. It's a tight bend, but it can be done in third gear, and it's like a 15-mile-an-hour corner. We've got more parking going on here, so we're just going to slow down. It gives me time to have a good look at the sign on the left that says Southwell in black and white, Southwell A612. People in Nottingham tend to say Southwell, but I'm from London, so I say Southwell. So just edging forwards and crawling. Again, exercising that patience, exercising awareness, exercising anticipation, and where necessary, and exercising assertiveness. I talk about the 3 A's in lessons: awareness, anticipation, and assertiveness. So awareness is basically being aware or looking around and knowing what's around you, going on around you. Anticipation, predicting what could happen with what's around you. Assertiveness, just asserting yourself within the rules. So that may mean filling a space in a queue, or it may mean speeding up where it's safe to do so. rather than waiting, or simply when it's your right of way, just making sure you take your right of way as long as it's safe to do so, and don't acquiesce. Sometimes you do have to assert yourself gently, just so that cars don't take advantage of you. As I said, the key word there is safely. Doesn't mean be a bully, it just means stand your ground sometimes, and that could be in meeting situations, or it can be just a case of where lanes are merging and you're the car ahead and you just want to keep ahead of the car that's to your right. So here we are now. I'm going to edge forwards. I'm going to squeeze through this gap here very slowly because I want to make sure no one's going to move while I'm coming through. And I'm still going to go slow because it's a queue of traffic. Someone could step through between the cars, so I'm ready to stop if they do. Vision is poor. I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm now going to move to left. I've got more space, more vision. The lights are going to change in 3. Didn't even get to 2. Mirrors and slow. I knew they'd change because I saw the filter light on. When the filter light comes on a traffic light, and it's one that comes on separately, it means the traffic lights will change shortly after that. Another way to work out if the lights are going to change or not is if they've just been green a long time. All right, and that's part of anticipation, part of the 3 A's. So anticipating, calculating, and then proceeding when clear. So mirrors, I'm going to the right-hand lane. I'm following Southwell. If you look at the board on the right, it says Southwell is to the right at the roundabout ahead. So it's like your 4th exit. Check these mirrors as I approach. The lights have been green for a while. I'm at 30 miles an hour. The lights are going to change in 3, 2, 1. Am I going to make it? I think I might make this one. It's just changing now. It will change, yep. And we're going round, multi-lane roundabout. I'm in the left of the 2 lanes as I slow my car down, meet the curb. It's important to meet the curb on the outside of the roundabout because it's a spiral roundabout. We did this roundabout earlier when we were following signs with the city centre going in the other direction. It's a 40-mile-an-hour road, just past the 40-mile-an-hour sign. So into 4th gear now. I'm going to 5th gear briefly. Don't really need to accelerate much, and we've got a crossing, we've got a roundabout coming up. I'm checking my mirrors. I'm back into 4th gear quickly, back into 3rd gear. In between gear changes, my clutch comes up while I stay on the brake, and that helps accentuate engine braking. I was just glancing to the right, making sure that cars on the right are going straight on rather than crossing me. And then we're changing lanes, mirrors signal, had to go right because it's a 24-hour bus lane. Back into 5th gear, staying at 40 miles an hour, looking far ahead, planning far ahead. Checking the left. Bus lane accommodates electric vehicles, as I probably said when I was coming the other way. Check mirrors, going to come off the gas, going to go into 4th gear, go back into left-hand lane, it's going to 3rd gear. Mirrors signal, there's a roundabout coming up, racecourse roundabout I call it. Looking for indicators on the roundabout, no indicators. In other words, cars are not coming round on me, so I can continue going as they go straight. And check all 3 mirrors. Didn't need a signal to leave the roundabout because there was no, the lane only went one way. So in terms of Southwell, there was a sign for Southwell, although it's very well hidden at that roundabout. But if you see no signs for where you're going, you just go straight on. You don't go left, you don't go right, because that's potentially complicating matters for you. And it just means you're going to have to turn around at some point and maybe encounter hazards that you wouldn't otherwise have encountered. The examiner will always redirect you, and it's not a crime to go the wrong way. You don't fail for going the wrong way. That's a very important point. So don't swerve or stop suddenly or anything like that to try and continue going what you consider to be the right way. It's important to stay safe and legal. I said it several times, and I'll continue to say it, whether it be in lessons or when we're filming. So we're checking behind us at the same time. I'm looking for some signs that will tell me or give me some information about the road. And there's a 30-mile-an-hour sign coming up. We'll need to know about that. So I'm checking my mirrors. I'm off the gas. I'm on the brake. Going to fourth gear as we slow down for 30. You must be at the speed of the speed limit that you encounter when you reach it, not after you reach it. So in other words, if I'm in a 40 zone and I'm going down to a 30 zone, I must be at 30 by the time I reach the beginning of the zone. Okay. Likewise, if you're in a 30 zone going to 40, you must stay up to 30 until the 40. Don't go over 30 in anticipation of going into the 40 zone. Those are the rules. So we're checking our mirrors now. We are turning right now. So we'll stop following signs now. We're just following the route that was prescribed, and we're waiting at the line up, filter light, which is a green arrow, so I can go. It means traffic ahead must stop. They're on a red light, and I'm going to continue into the new road, new mirrors. It's a 30 mile an hour road. We've established that because that was the last sign we've seen. Okay, car waiting to turn right into the car park on the right. I've seen that early, so I'm slowing down safely and early, having checked behind me anyway. And then checking mirrors, going again. And let's say we want to stop on the left in a safe place. Shall we look for a safe place? Sometimes there isn't one. So let's look for one anyway. See if you can spot one. Alright, could be opposite that car. No, I don't think so. But there is a space here. So mirrors, signal. I'm going to tell the person behind them stopping. And I'm just stopping calmly here. Well before the junction on the right. So that's safe enough. If they wanted to turn right, they do want to turn right to that junction. They have plenty of time and space to position back to left before they turn right, and they did take that turn very well. A lot of people won't bother to position back to left, they will just cut the corner. And look at this blue car coming out. What if that blue car was coming out when a person cut the corner? Just imagine what could happen. So we're going to drive on now. I'm going to prepare the car, check around, and then I'm off. Check my blind spot. Reminder of the 30 mile an hour sign here. Don't get many 30 mile an hour reminders, but you do on this road in Colwick. Big signs as well. The presumption being that I believe people tend to speed along this road, so much so that they feel the need to emphasize the 30 mile an hour speed limit. Otherwise, 30 is not normally repeated. Here we are now, coming to the end of the test route now. Got Sainsbury's in the distance. So we're going to Sainsbury's and we'll end it there. We'll check our mirrors. And slow. In fact, what we're going to do, we're going to go as far as we can to the test centre. So let's do that. So we're going to go to the third exit. So the mirrors, signal up for right. So this is like coming to the end of your test, and the examiner's directing you back to the test centre. So we're into the roundabout. We keep to the right because we're turning right, third exit. So round we go, mirrors, signal down for left, and we go to the third exit. And then mirrors and go in the new road, into third gear again, keeping at 30 miles an hour. Turn right at the big trees on the right. That's where the test centre is. Check my mirrors. There's no one behind me. There's no one in front of me. Signal. Gently brake. Second gear. Get to my point of turn and look ahead. There is a truck coming, but I'm going to turn well before him. In the new road, there's someone waiting in the new road. And check my mirrors. I'm going to go around that. That's it. And check my mirrors and come back to the left. And we are going up to the test centre. It's just on the left after this grey car. And we're going to have a quick peekaboo. And we'll stop in at the bottom. So mirrors, signal, first gear, always first gear to go into your test centre. And then clutch low. Turning, looks like quite a full car park this afternoon. So just going to come nice and slow. And we've got a giveaway sign here, so we pause, look, and then mirrors and go. And then we're just going to go around. I'm going to go, in fact, we're going to go up. We're going to go up there. We'll just pull into a bay somewhere, out of the way. Examiner says just pull into a bay. You've done your maneuver out on the road, so you can pull in, doesn't matter how you do it, and then just stop there. All right, so that's the end of the test route. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the delay in the queue, but that is driving. That can happen on your test. That can happen at any time, and as we said, it's all about patience, anticipation, awareness, assertiveness, and the rest of it. MSPSL all the way. Okay, so again, if you could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, I'd be very grateful. This is Adrian from Nirvana Driving School. Thank you for listening.